Welcome to Shadow Daddy Groupies, a book podcast where we thirst over morally questionable men and call it literary analysis. We're Kelly and Raven, your guides through epic worlds, unforgettable love stories, and the characters who live rent-free in our minds. If you love fantasy and romantasy, grab a drink, get cozy, and join us as we explore the magic, the romance, and the stories that keep us turning the pages.
Eating Oreos. Anyways, welcome to Shadow Daddy Groupies. I'm Raven.
I'm Kelly, and today we are talking about City of Gods and Monsters by...
Oh, Kayla Edwards, sorry. Look, I knew that one, okay? Normally don't know them. I'm not prepared. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's a lot to say about this book.
Okay, before you get into it, let's give our 2-minute no spoiler summary. I'm
Take
proud
it
of this
away.
one. Okay. Lauren Kala is a human living in the city of Angelthine, amongst vampires, werewolves, witches, and other supernatural beings. Darien Castle, a supernatural bounty hunter known as a Dark Slayer, is the leader of the Seven Devils, an infamous gang. Darien, who specializes in tracking down demons and criminals, is contracted to track down Lauren, and he decides to help her instead when she barely escapes a kidnapping in which her friend is taken. The setting is a dark noir mystery thriller with sexual tension. Though you can draw some parallels with SJM's Crescent City, this book was everything that I wish Crescent City was. We have a morally gray male main character, found family, a well-paced plot, interesting world building, and an interesting, if not predictable, plot twist. Plus, my favorite thing, a loyal dog. The author sets up a cast of characters that get their own books later in the series. Okay.
I saw
Raven.
that she's got 2 other books, and I don't know. Sometimes when they do that and they go from characters and books and use, it doesn't do anything for me. I like the just one done something different. I don't
Okay,
like
I did read that the second book is still about Lauren and Darien, and it wraps up their story. I haven't read it yet.
Yeah,
but then
they're together.
They're together. Okay, I am glad you said that because I'm a little bit not that interested in to continue reading their story. I mean, I really liked the book, but I was just like, all right, whatever, they're together. I'm just gonna move on to something else.
Yeah,
But
that's where I stood. I was like, yep, finally. But let me tell you, they literally make you wait to the very, very fucking end for
yeah.
But
Like
you know
the
what?
last chapter.
The best part? No, the best scene was in the club.
Yeah, the club scene. That was great.
I'm slowly learning that I'm really into voyeurism. Like, dang it, man. Yeah, I've got lots to say about this book and lots of notes, so please.
Okay, so first, overall, out of stars, what would you rate this book?
Tree.
3 stars? Okay, I think I also rated it between 3 and 4. I don't know if I'm ever gonna go back and do a reread because I am obsessed with it. It's not but I thought it was a good book.
I'm obsessed with Darien, and that's it.
I'm so glad because I really was thinking that Darien was your type of character. I was like, she needs to read this book just basically for Darien.
He is actually my favorite book boyfriend, so good job.
Okay.
There's
more than Luther Corbois.
Yeah, he's more my style. Luther's a little too soft for me. I like him deadly.
I'm gonna pretend you never said that. But yes, Darien is morally gray, which I know you love, but not in a super gruesome way. Not in the same way as Mailer. No, he's not that. He's gray. He's not Mailer dark.
Yeah, those are way too different.
Very, very different
spectrums. Yeah. But I would rate him. He's a 5. He's a 5. Just
okay.
Just 5.
All right. I really like Darien a lot. I think he's at least a 4 for me. And what would you rate Lauren?
Lauren.
There's
there's parts I liked her character, but man, I have some things to pick apart about this girl.
Go for it.
How many times is this girl gonna throw up? I'm not kidding you. The amount of times that bile in my mouth and vomit in my mouth and bile in my mouth. Go back and read it. It's consistent. Actually, once every page. There's
That's every page she's vomiting.
somebody is. If it's not Lovren, it's freaking Darien. He did it like I was like, oh no, not you too. God.
Everyone needs to take some Zofran and settle down. The vomiting.
Yes, I mean, come on, guys. Yeah, the amount of times that she was wanting to hurl was insane, absolutely freaking insane. And I want to say her writing was a little repetitive.
I feel like that's easy to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite thing when authors give their character a personality or like a character attribute and they just hound on it over and over and over again. But I also don't like when authors give characters an attribute and they only talk about it like once and then it never comes back again. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just really hard to please.
I mean, there's a easy middle ground.
All right, if you say so.
I mean, the watery bowels. But you know what's crazy? Is I didn't even notice the watery bowels at all.
Yeah, you know what? That is something that I didn't even think about until people pointed it out on social media. And I was like, really? And then when I did my reread of ACOTAR, I was like, oh yeah, she does mention it a couple times at least.
Yeah, but that's a good medium. But the amount of bile, the word bile coating my mouth, bile coating my tongue.
Yeah. She's the one that had she worked at the plant store, right?
Yes, the apothecary.
The apothecary, but it was like
mortar and pestle.
Mortar and pestle. I liked mortar and pestle, and I kind of wish that played a little bit of a bigger part in the story. I recently read a book that reminded me of that, but the whole series was just based on like where she worked in this little apothecary or whatever. Anyway, I really liked that. I thought that was a fun little piece of the book.
That was cute. I like how she was actually devoted to work, and she felt like she was an actual 20-year-old who was going out to a club and then going to work the next morning.
Yeah, and like she's a college student basically. She hangs out with her friends. She goes.
Her schedule was a little all over the place. I'm like, what day are we on? How did we?
I know she's like going to school during the week and then like hanging out with the devils on the weekends. Ugh. Yeah, that.
Man.
And then in the middle of it all, Darien just like randomly goes to fight clubs in the middle of the night.
Who is that? Oh, that's Xaden. That's a Xaden character.
Yeah. I had a feeling you'd really like his like gritty going and fighting and beating people up thing.
You know what, if it was not, I don't typically like books that are like the mafia and all this fighty stuff, but fighty stuff. But I was reading this and I was like, I don't know if I would like this if it didn't have the whole magical aspect to it. And now I'm thinking, well, maybe I should just give it a shot. Like, give the mafia book a shot. But I can't, it's not my thing. It's not my lore. It's not my, no.
Okay, so you're slightly tempted to give the mafia boss trope a try again after this book.
Again, yeah. I'm like looking at the book. That's why I'm like I can see into the book. Yeah, I am. I don't know. I thought about it, but I was like, there's no magic. I need a little bit of spark in my book.
And that's one of the reasons I liked it is because even though it was a magic system or like a world building that included a bunch of different types of magic, you had vampires, you had werewolves, you had witches. The Dark Slayer thing I thought was a really interesting idea.
The characters, I loved all the side characters,
like the found family kind of characters, like the other devils.
That the warlock, the guy that worked in
Mm.
the factory, and he was like the big Kason, I think his name was. I like the little side just in there, but they all played a role in this. It was fun. It was very fun. Some stuff didn't need to be in the book. Some stuff was a little like redundant as well, and just I like she would start like a section of the book, and she'd be like, "Oh, well, they went to the mall where her grandmother worked," and then like it would kind of end on, then they went away from where her grandmother worked at the mall. Ah, do you get what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm wondering if some of those are Easter eggs for the next book.
No,
No, you don't think
I
so?
think
You
it's
think
just a writing thing.
like it should have been edited out?
Hmm.
Okay.
I think
It
it
was a
was,
very thick book.
oh yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah, it's a big book.
I read the book in like, I think 9 hours.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, because
I
I
I don't
started
think
it, I had to restart it and restart it and restart it. And then I just was like, fuck it. And I just restarted it and just went
yeah,
through.
I think just like a lot of books, you have to get through that first world building slog to
So
get to
maybe
the meat of the story.
I'm,
And so I can understand why you maybe had a hard time
I have
getting it
a
started.
hair in my mouth. So sorry, guys. Gotta be real. Keep it real.
Okay, so
Uh,
world building out of
world
five
building,
stars.
I liked it. I liked it. It was a very complex.
Yeah. A lot of people online compared this to Crescent City, and
I could see
um,
that.
and actually, like in a kind of a negative way, like Sarah J. Maas was the only person in the universe allowed to put a magic system in kind of like a city setting, and that
Hmm.
always really annoys me when people act like because one author did it that they were the first one and now they're the only one allowed to do it. Like there's not a million tropes reused over and over again. I don't know why that's a pet peeve of mine.
I mean, like, come
But
on.
to
How
me,
many war colleges do we have?
yeah, I mean,
Academies.
academies, yeah, Yaros wasn't the first one to do a war college or a college setting or an academy, and she's not going to be the last. And it doesn't mean the book's not good.
Hmm.
But my point is that I think that even though I do really like Crescent City, I think I liked this a little bit better. I think it was a little bit grittier. I think the mystery part of it, because they're like kind of, to me, they're solving a mystery. They're trying to find her friend, and there's a bunch of other things going on. They're trying to figure out what the hell is
There's a
going on, right?
lot going on.
There's a lot going on,
Oh,
and it's pretty much wrapped up at the end. So I'm curious on what's going to go on in the second book. But I felt like that part, the mystery part, just like in Crescent City when she's trying to solve the murder of Danica, I felt like it was done better in Cities of Gods and Monsters than it was in Crescent City. I think that part of the plot was done better in this book.
hmm. From what I've read, yeah. I mean,
Have you
I,
finished Crescent City?
I said from
Well,
what I've read, yeah. I will finish it now, but I guess that's our next topic.
have you read all three?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's either those or When the Moon Hatched to pick it.
When the Moon Hatch. I think you're gonna like that one a lot.
Okay. Um, oh, I'm going to my notes because fuck this. I have so much.
All right, go to your notes. Go.
Oh, lots of shit. Okay, so Darien, love him. Big and brooding. Kind of fucked up how he's like snorting lines of fake cocaine to enhance his magic. I was a little like, ah. Okay, you're not a druggie.
There's drugs, there's sex.
It not to say that it makes drugs seem like they're good because guys, cocaine doesn't really do that to you.
So it's magical cocaine. It's allowed to be slightly different. And yeah, I put on here Darien ramming a fat line and then his sexy talk. I'm like, woo, yeah. Like, hey, sexy. Really tough, big, and brooding, buddy. He
Definitely is a definition of brooding.
He's very broody.
Very
Yes.
broody. Very,
Hmm.
very. Mm.
He has a pretty dark past.
Yeah, but don't they all have fucked up pasts? Apparently, that's what makes them so great. Um, I loved when he was like sensing her arousal when after he
Hmm.
did his like nice rail the line. It's like,
It's like,
why are
and
you? It's like
by the way.
why are you horny? I did cocaine. I can sense it. I was very it was very interesting. I also did not. It says everybody's always on the verge of throwing up. Oh man. Uh, Side characters, love them. Darien is probably my favorite dirty talker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I definitely think out of all my boys on the wall, I'd say it's
Darian's up there with the dirty talk.
it
Okay.
is. It
All
was
right. What did you think about the truck scene where they're sitting in the back of the truck, like looking at the stars or the lights or
stargazing.
whatever? Yeah. I don't know
Um,
why, but that scene irritated me so much. I
she's
was like,
20. She's 20.
no,
But,
it
oh,
was him.
I know. The girl, it took the entire fucking book and the entire fucking book for that to come.
I know, but they had like this moment and then he totally ruined it. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I get the whole like breakup in the third act or whatever thing that authors do, but this one really annoyed me. I was like, no,
Give
you're not
him a
allowed to break up
minute.
right now.
Give him a minute. Yeah. In my mind, whenever that it was leading up to that, I was like, there's no way this is going to be the scene because it's just not going to happen like this. This is not up his alley for, I mean, it is up his alley, but it's not up his alley for how he wants to. But he didn't know this entire time that she had never, which I thought that was kind of cute, kind of weird.
I know that you're not a fan of the virgin trope, and so I was hesitant to suggest this book, but you don't find out that she's a virgin until the very, very, very
No,
end.
I knew
It's not
she
like,
was. I
oh,
knew
you
she
did.
wasn't.
Okay.
The whole book I knew. I was like, I'm pretty sure she's not. Yeah, and then at the end I was like, yeah, I was right. He just doesn't know until the very end of the book.
Mm, yeah.
Okay, let me talk about how this book made me cry 3 times.
Okay.
Kayla, fuck you. Some of it was not necessary when it comes to animals.
I know.
I was like literally, I've never done this with a book, but I was literally like afraid to like keep reading because it's so fucking sad. Oh, and I was like, I was like skipping words. I was like, I don't want to know, I don't want to know. And I was crying. And then I got over that. And then I cried because he gave a sacrifice. And I was like, that's so sweet. And then I cried again when I found out he was a familiar. The dog came back.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, I know. I still okay, even though the dog came back, I was
It
still
was so
sad about
good.
it.
I was
I
so
was still sad. I was still
oh,
a little sad.
the way my big heart with animals is just if you love animals and you don't want animal death, don't read this or skip whatever chapter that was.
Yeah.
That made me really sad. I, for some reason, thought that throughout this book she was gonna have some like cool magic powers or something evolve.
And to save the dog.
No, just in general.
Oh.
Like she's gonna all of a sudden like
Maybe
have
that's what the second book is going to be about. Her like evolution cuz she does kind of have
she
magic.
she had a wish that was granted from her father. They say it's magic, but I guess she used that wish and then she was just immortal after
Okay.
that. But
I
then
think I forgot
I
about
mean
that part.
you don't know. She might be more. I mean, I was thinking about this right before we were talking. I was like, great, is she about to live this mortal ass life still? And what did Darien give up to the spider?
I don't
You're gonna make me read the second book. Good question. And in the end, cried, blubbered like a baby. I was like, it's not gonna end this way, it's not gonna end this way. And sure fucking enough, it ended that way. And then I was so thrilled and I was so happy that I cried. And then it was weird. Never,
Yeah.
that's never happened where a scene made me cry because of how sad it was, and then made me cry because it got better or fixed. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Her like sacrifice to bring everyone back. You're like, wait a second, they can't all be dead. They can't all be gone. Like, you didn't just kill off everybody. And then she did, but then they got brought back, and you're like, oh.
Oh my God, the yearning.
The yearning.
That's some deep yearning.
I think I am really starting to enjoy books that have two points of view, dual point of view. Like, it's like her, then him, and it kind of goes back and forth.
This one was very jumpy. Very, it kind of scrambled a little bit, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't like they gave them like each chapters. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I enjoyed his chapters, I guess is my point.
Yeah. And the book did a number on me.
Yes. One more point for Kelly.
Game time. Guess how many times they mentioned bile? I'm gonna go.
Yeah, we didn't decide on a game. What's our game?
250 times.
250 times.
And I will find out.
Okay, go into your Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
There's a search function. And just type in the word bile, and it will tell you how many times that word comes up. The Kindle app. I don't know if that makes a difference. Okay, so you're gonna look the number up, and we're gonna both guess. I'm gonna say 12 times.
No, I'm gonna say 157.
157.
I mean, give or take, but it's up there. I'm gonna do it on my phone. You said the Kindle app.
Mm-hmm. The Kindle app.
Bile. Is anybody there? Bile burned his tongue. Darien inside a minute ago. Bile rose to coat Lauren's tongue.
Okay, how many? Give us a number.
Let her go, he swallowed bile. His eyelids slipping. Oily voice at her ear. Bile burned Lauren's mouth.
Okay, stop saying bile.
Slamming in her chest. And bile rose to coat her tongue.
Gross.
Bad temper, Lauren swallowed the bile that rose in her throat.
Okay, what number are we on?
I'm not done. Lauren wasn't breathing. Darien, bile coated her tongue as she stared at the blood. She nearly threw up bile, rising to coat her tongue. That's actually what that said. Lauren swallowed bile. The demon had hazel eyes.
I think it's more than 12 now.
Yeah. 20?
20? Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
So do bile.
Vomit.
We're doing vomit 3 times.
3 times for vomit.
What else do we have?
Puke?
I don't remember puke.
Did she puke?
Puked.
Now I'm gonna have to like thesaurus this.
2 pukes. 2 pukes.
Oh, 2 pukes. Okay, all right.
Give me some more, because I know this girl is like, I gotta use another word besides bile.
Let's see. I'm totally gonna thesaurus this.
Yeah.
Heave. Retch.
Retched. R-E-T-C-H.
Yeah.
Retched. 1.
1. Okay.
Wait. 2.
2.
2 times unretched.
Okay. How about barf? I don't think she used barf. I'm gonna say 0.
No.
Okay, how about Hurl?
Possibly.
H-U-R-L?
Possibly. Hurl. Search. She was going to hurl. Man's fist and hurl. Hurled. Hurling. Hurling. Hurled. 6.
6! Oh my gosh. Okay, so we had 20 biles, 3 vomits,
Like
2
Wretch.
wretches. There
6
was 25.
hurls.
That's 31. Okay, how about like be sick or sick?
That's a good one.
Yeah, I feel like that's one she probably used.
But dang it, man, I was hitting all those biles.
I didn't even remember. I mean, 30 times is a lot, even for a giant book.
Are you ready for this?
Okay, what does it say?
Guess.
14.
38.
Okay, so we were at, what, 30? Now 30, 68 times?
Hold on. Wait. Nauseous. Let's do nauseous.
Nauseous. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we need to.
3.
She needs 3. Okay, that's not that bad.
3.
So we're at 71. 71 times mentioned.
It's getting closer to mine than yours.
It's getting closer to yours. You said like 125 or something?
I said 157.
Oh, okay.
We're almost there. I'm gonna win.
There.
I gotta have. Come on. We gotta get over 75 and I win.
Gag?
That's a good one. Seven.
Okay, so what number are we at now? 71 plus 7, that's 78.
Well,
Okay.
I won. Oh, I almost won.
Spew?
I won. I did win.
You won. You're like, I'm way closer than your 12, Kelly. Or however many times I said.
1 spew.
1 spew. Okay, so now we're at 79. If I did my math right. I don't know if I did my math right. How about eject or expel?
At least once. Twice.
Ooh, I got a good one after this.
Go for it.
Purge.
What?
Purge?
Oh,
Purge.
I thought you said purge. I was like,
Is that a word? Purge. You're making things up, Kelly.
Once.
Ah, okay, so now we're at 80.
We're
At least 80 mentions. How many pages are in this book? Because I feel like we need to do like a percentage.
I think there's like 1,000. Something.
All right.
That's a lot.
8% of the book. 8% of the book is talking about vomiting.
I mean, what's another word for sick?
Okay, hold on. Sick.
Thesaurus, that shit.
Not feeling well. Hold on. Reload. Upset. Like upset stomach.
Hold on. I'm not feeling well. We got a 1 on that.
Okay. 81.
Upset. It's 82.
82. Oh shit. Okay. Unwell.
Upset stomach. It's gonna be on there. I guarantee it.
Queasy.
Nope.
How about queasy?
I bet you I did spell that. Ah, twice.
Ah, okay. What are we at? 83? 84?
She swallowed, feeling a little queasy. Okay.
How about
onto her neck, feeling queasy.
green?
Gagged.
Ooh, gagged. Do we do gag already? Gagged is a good one.
Twice.
What else did you find under gagged?
Just gagged and gagged. It's like 85, maybe we'll say.
Did we look at green? Yeah, like she turned green.
I need to do ill too.
Oh, ill, yeah.
Let's see. Is it there? Is it? Not used in the term. Not used in the term that we're looking for.
Okay, how about
Oh wait, what did I say? Ill.
indisposed?
Ill.
Yeah, ill.
Ooh, still kill. No, no. G is Louise. I didn't want
A lot.
I just wanted just ill, guys. Just ill. Chill it down. Chill it down. I mean, there's too many things
There's
in
too
here,
many.
so we're just
Okay.
gonna put one.
Okay. How about like feeling poorly or crappy or shitty?
Uh, um, poor, but not in the way we want.
Okay. Or feeling bad.
Feeling bad. Oh my goodness. Ooh, let's do feeling ill. Feeling bad. Nothing. Well,
Nothing.
we
Okay.
can at least say that she can't hold her stuff very well.
She has a very sensitive stomach. These characters have very sensitive stomachs.
I mean, whenever it came up and Darien was like talking about bile cutting his tongue, I was like, no, not you too.
I'm getting the ick.
It's for real. Oh man, that's funny. See?
I think it's interesting that you immediately get the ick if the main male character needs to be saved, but not the ick if they get sick.
I kind of get the ick if they get sick.
You do? Okay, all right.
I was definitely thinking, Luther, you pussy ass.
When the King of Fortos like tried to kill him with his death magic?
No, whenever he got stabbed
Oh,
with the whatever, the black rock stuff,
the Godstone spear.
the god smack, yeah.
You're
Whenever
like,
he got stabbed with that, and I was like, little bitch.
I don't know. He held it together for like a week.
I'm like, right? Rhysand would have survived that shit.
No, he didn't. He had to get saved by Farah too. He got shot in the wings with those green arrow things. And then they chained him up, and she had to come by and save him. And then she had to go to the Surreal. She had to go to the Surreal and be like, "Hey, I need to save him. What should I give him?" And she goes, "Oh, you mean your mate?" That whole scene. She saved Rhysand.
Oh, crash out.
And he got stabbed. He got arrow shot through him. That's the same.
Yeah.
Same.
Same.
I'm gonna defend Luther Corbois to my dying breath. I love this man.
Yeah, yes, I agree. Oh my God, that book was a thick book to go through.
Yeah. All right, so Kayla, not so many mentions of vomit going forward, please, and thank you. 85 is more than enough.
Being sick, vomiting, just the amount of times bile came up, I was like, what was it? But maybe it's because this book was a really easy read. I don't know why. Like the writing was.
I thought it had really good pacing. You know, when she got past the world building, I thought it was a really great, easy read.
There were some times whenever it would like switch characters that it wasn't very clear, and I would have to go back and be like, wait a second, who's the sick one, or who's the one that who the fuck said that? Which one of you, Max, Lace?
Yeah, there's a lot of side characters.
There is. There's a lot. I like Max. Don't care for Dallas as much.
Yeah, some of them I feel like didn't get their.
There's always a redemption arc for majority of them. I bet you Max has his own book.
I think so. I want to say maybe the. Okay, what was the name of her friend that ended up staying at the house a bunch? Do you remember her
Dallas?
name? Was that her name?
Yeah.
Okay, and then she was flirting with Max, right?
Hmm.
I think they are the main characters of the third book.
Yeah, that
Their love
doesn't
story.
excite me.
No? All
Mm-mm.
right.
No, I think my stomach's just a little upset. Man, the spicy note in the club.
Yeah.
That's like one of my top tier favorite scenes I've read.
Okay.
Very could be realistic for sure.
Yeah.
She kind of surprised me with the no undies. I was like, because I was like, oh yeah, and I was like, oh boy, my
Yeah.
goodness.
To me, it gave not under the mountain. What am I trying to say?
Yes, Night Court.
Yeah, that night court scene where they go into
Except this was way
Court
more
of Nightmares.
detailed. This is way more
Yeah.
detailed.
Yeah.
Loved it. I'm
Mhm.
really pissed at the lack of times that they didn't kiss. Like, why? You had great moments for it. Just do it.
Just do it. I know the
Yeah.
whole star scene. I'm telling you, that back of the truck star scene. I was like, yes.
I didn't.
No.
I knew it was gonna happen. I did think she did
I had
definitely
high
act
hopes.
like she definitely acted like a 20-year-old.
Yeah. I think sometimes we give the characters a really hard time for being immature.
Mhm.
But then if you really sit there and think about what you were like when you were 20, 17, 18, 19, 20, all these young ages of these characters,
Like a
like, yeah, that's
freaking
probably what I would have
crackhead.
done too.
No, I wasn't really a crackhead, but I was a fucking crackhead.
I
Minus
made
the
very
crack.
poor relationship. I made very poor decisions
Decisions.
about men, and just mostly men. Men, bad
Yeah,
decision making. Otherwise, my
bad.
life was like fairly together.
Maybe
But
women. I don't know. I don't remember, but it was bad. just
maybe a little bit in
dibble dabble. I mean, that could have been 20 or 25, but it's tomato,
there.
tomato. And then they were like, he's like, oh, I'm 20. Oh my God, I loved when he took her to the restaurant and he just asked her a bunch of questions. I was like, oh, it's like, you just fucking think. And he was like, I own this bitch.
And then he's like, I own this restaurant. She's like, what? Wait, you're rich? Okay.
yeah, I mean, I mean, I knew that.
It is like fancy muscle car or something.
All black, bulletproof. And I think it's
Batmobile. Just kidding.
Don't do that. That's gonna give me the ick, Kelly.
No, to me, it's like one of those classic cars,
Yeah.
that
Like
that people restore.
Yeah.
What are like a Charger or something, like one of those old classic
not think
cars,
of my-
American muscle cars.
a Camaro SS a 69.
Oh yeah, like a Camaro. Okay, yeah, totally. That's what I can totally see
69,
that.
maybe a 67.
I don't know that much about cars.
They're such a beautiful car, such a rarity, and so expensive. But yeah, I will insert a picture.
How are we filling this void? Name the book, Raven.
I read Luther, and I was
Yes.
like, great, I gotta fill this void. And I filled the void with Darien.
With Darien Castle. Okay, I know, but now who's next?
filled-
You get
oh.
to choose. Who's filling our void next?